Today, I'm going to show you the simplest way to stop living invoice to invoice and getting out of the 30-day panic cycle that so many business owners find themselves stuck in.
Everybody panic!
So that you can feel some peace around managing the cash flow inside of your business, but more importantly, free up some headspace so that you can start thinking about the future strategically instead of just thinking about surviving this month. If you don't have a cash cushion between your business and life, things that could have been a minor inconvenience can pretty quickly turn into a full-blown crisis. Things like a client that pays late, a computer that crashes, labor strikes that halt operations. When things go wrong, it seems like it all goes wrong at the same time because clearly Chaos has a group chat and they all coordinate to arrive at once. After taking control of my personal finances, paying off our mortgage in less than 5 years, getting rid of all of our debt, and building up 6-month emergency funds for both my businesses and our personal expenses, I wanted to create this video to share what has worked for me and my clients so that you can get where you want to be faster and with less overwhelm. Now, we're going to cover the top 3 questions that my clients have around building a cash buffer or emergency fund for your business. The first one is, how much should I save? Secondly, where should we keep it? Where should we keep the money? And thirdly, what qualifies as an emergency? I will tell you this. Upgrading all of your office chairs to Herman Miller because you have convinced yourself that better posture equals more profit is not an emergency. 2 things always ring true. Firstly, cash is king. We all know that profits can be high, but if you don't have cash inside of your business will not survive for long. Secondly, Murphy is alive and well. And if you're unfamiliar with Murphy's Law, it states anything that can go wrong will go wrong. The thing about Murphy is that he doesn't just visit. He land grabs the corner office, redecorates it, and watches Good Girls all day while eating all the snacks that you got for the quarterly finance meeting. Which is why you need to have a cash buffer to protect not only your business, but also your sanity. Because without it, we do some pretty dumb things from a place of urgency and panic, like cashing out our retirement savings to pay salaries, using our credit cards again to buy stock, and ultimately lying awake at night making a list of the pros and cons of getting a day job. Now, there are many things that we don't have any control over as business owners. We cannot control when clients pay us. We can have 30-day terms with our clients or customers, but that's not a guarantee that they will actually pay on time. You may even be in the unfortunate position where your clients are on a 60-day account, but your suppliers expect payment in 30 days. So it's no secret that cash flow is always top of mind for us as business owners, and also one of the single biggest things that we consistently worry about. The one thing we do have control over, however, is having a plan for the money that comes into the business and taking a portion of it to build a cash cushion. Like Frank Sonnenberg says, save when you don't need it, and the money will be there for you when you do. So the first question is, how much should you save in your business cash buffer? The answer is ideally 3 to 6 months of operating expenses. Now, you might have to pick yourself up off the floor because that might be a substantial number. Often even a month's operating expenses seems like a stretch, never mind 3 to 6. But hey, we have to start somewhere. Start by saving 1 to 2% more if you can of your monthly revenue. Remember, consistency is key here. This is really more about building healthy money habits than anything else. So commit to saving 1 to 2% every time money comes into your business and set your sights on covering at least 1 month's expenses and then gradually building it up to 3 to 6 months. It's also important to note that we don't want to save more than we actually need. We don't want to hoard cash because there is a cost to holding cash in the business. We, in essence, want our money to work for us. So only save 3 to 6 months. More is really not necessary. The second question is, where should you keep it? And the short answer is in a separate account in the business's name, ideally a high interest savings account. What's important here is that we want to keep it separate from the day-to-day transactions and also make sure that it is easy to access when we do need it in the case of an actual emergency, but not so easy that we can dip into it without realizing. And then lastly, what is an emergency? Well, the good news is you get to decide what it is. But I want to suggest that you decide what an emergency is for your specific business in advance before there is an emergency, so that you're not making emotional decisions when you are faced with a challenge. 3 questions that will help you to discern whether you should or shouldn't draw from your cash buffer fund or emergency fund is it unexpected? Is it necessary? And is it urgent? And if you answered yes to all of those questions, go ahead and take from the cash buffer. Just remember that when you draw from the buffer, you want to put it back as soon as possible. Now, if you're constantly in a cash flow crunch because clients are paying you late, then head over to this video and learn how to ditch the nightmare clients and attract more of the clients that you not only love to work with, but who also pay you on time. I'll see you there.